Let's say you have a couple of emails to send to a couple of clients and they are always with similar subject and the same content. The only differences are you have to copy and paste their respective email address and attach their respective document. You check everything, they seem good, and you hit send. So if this is the process you have to go through every month or every week, or even worse, every day, then this tutorial is for you. We are going to learn how to automate this whole process using Excel, or we generally call this process as sending bulk email. Let me briefly show you the process before we jump into our tutorial. Right now, we are at the Send Bulk Email Excel template. A simple click on this Send Email button below will automatically compile the email messages for us. You can see that we have successfully compiled these two email messages with the help of this Excel template. You can always do the checking first before emailing them to your client. The theory or working behind this Excel template is by using VBA Code. What we are going to learn today is actually to learn how to link all the information needed to facilitate this sending email process. The informations needed on our end are email addresses, customized email subject, email messages, and lastly, our attachment link. Our attachment link serves the purpose of locating our documents saved in our PC or laptop. What we are not going to learn today is how to write this VBA code. There are tons of tutorials out there that teach you how to write this VBA code to send bulk email. We are not going to cover this today. What you can do on your end right now is go to my description link below and to download all the necessary documents. I have included this Excel template in my link and as well as a few documents for you to refer to and to follow later on in our step-by-step tutorial. In any case you would like to use your own document, it wouldn't be a problem at all. Just to make sure that you have these 3 items ready before we start our tutorial. The first one will be our Send Bulk Email Excel template. Second one will be your document, which can be in any format, for example, PDF, Excel, and so on. Last one, of course, will be your email account, which in this case is our Outlook. Let's get started. Step number 1. To update our master data. Master data is our first worksheet in this Excel template, and what it has is the informations on customer ID, customer name, and email address. Of course, in reality, we have more than one email address per customer. But to keep it simple, we stick to one email address per customer. And we will rely on customer ID later on in our VLOOKUP worksheet to do VLOOKUP and to link all the informations needed for sending bulk email. Step 2. File name. What it does is to return all the file names in our folder and their attachment links. In cell A1, we have to update our folder link. So let us open up our folder, which we have previously saved all our documents here. So how can we get the folder link? Move your mouse up here, a simple click on it, which means you have successfully obtained the folder link. Ctrl C so that we can copy the link and paste it over here in our Excel A1. Ctrl V. Let us add another 2 symbols at the end of our folder link, which are a slash and a star. We have to add them because this is a formula link. So a hit on enter, you can see that the Excel has automatically updated all the information in column A and B. Let us open up our folder again, smaller it so that we can do it a side-by-side comparison to see if the Excel has returned the correct result. Back in our folder, we can see that we have 5 items. And in our Excel, you can see that it has 5 items as well. Let's compare it one by one, the item one by one. The first item is SOA-C1234 in our Excel. It is the same in our folder. How about the last one is which C1238, and it is the same. So we can say that the Excel has the correct result. And in our attachment link column, it tells you that, for example, in the first item, the exact location of this statement of account of this C1234 in our PC or laptop. I'm using a formula link as well. It seems complicated, but I do have another alternative way to do it manually, but it is straightforward. So let me show you how. Get back to our folder. Select all your documents. Right click and you can see this copy as path button. You select it and then let us paste it in our column C so that we can do the side-by-side comparison. Right click, Control V, you can choose either one way. So you can see that in column B and column C, they show the same attachment link. So this is another way of obtaining the attachment link. So we have successfully updated all the information in our file name worksheet. Alright, let's move on to step 3, VLOOKUP. This worksheet serves the purpose of gathering all the information needed, such as email addresses, email subjects, and attachment links, so that we can copy all these informations and paste it in our send bulk email, the last worksheet. By now, you can see that I have colored accordingly in this worksheet. We have to focus on only yellow highlighted columns, which are column B, file name, and column H, attachment link. By now, you should have realized these two columns are the informations that we have gathered in our previous worksheet file name. So basically what it means that we just need to copy the informations in our file names and paste it in our VLOOKUP function in column B and column H. Let's get back to our file name here so that we can copy the file name information. Select, click Ctrl C, get back to our VLOOKUP. Before I paste all the information in column B, you will be expecting to see some automatic changes in the rest of the column C and G, because these columns are formula linked. So let us Ctrl V or right click and paste it as value, and you can see that there are some results written in our column C and column G. Get back to our file name to copy the attachment link, Ctrl C, and then Ctrl V in our VLOOKUP column H. Let us copy as value. And you have successfully updated all the information in VLOOKUP worksheet. Let us go through what happens in our column C and G by looking at our first file, which is a C1234. In our column C, it has customer ID, which I use a meet formula so that I can return only the customer ID based on B3, which is the file name. Once done, I would want to return the customer name, and I will have to do it by using VLOOKUP function based on my customer ID and read all the information in our master data. It is the same for our email addresses, just that I will have to read in different column, which is column number 3. In my email CC, it stays the same. So I will just copy and paste the whole thing here, and it has no formula link in this column F. In column G, email subject, you can do some slight changes. For example, in this case, I am sending out my SOA in May 2023, and I will select the first cell. I will change the April to May. So once done, I will want the same result in the rest of my columns too. So I will move my cursor at the end of this first cell until you see this plus sign and drag it down so that you can update the duration, the month, without affecting the rest of the words. You can see that it's still the company A, B, C, D, and so on. So basically, this column C and column G, you do not need to touch it unless you want to customize your email subject. And for our last column, it will be, we have just updated our attachment link. So basically, this is how we updated all the information in our VLOOKUP worksheet so that we can copy and paste necessary information in our send bulk email later on. Step 4, send bulk email. This is our last step, and as you have known, let us just focus on column in yellow, which are email addresses, email subjects, and attachment link. I have done some light orange color for a better visualization. So let us focus on the first 3 to see if we can copy all the information all at once from our VLOOKUP worksheet here. So we can see the first 3 light orange color sheet are the same, which are email addresses and email subjects. So let us drag all the information here, hit Ctrl C, get back to our send bulk email, select the first cell, right click, paste them as value. Next, move on to column D, which are email message. Email message basically is the same, so we just move our cursor until right end, bottom end, and until you see this plus sign, drag it down. Let us double check if we manage to paste all the information until row number 6, and it is a yes. So in our column E, that will be attachment link, which we can obtain the information in our VLOOKUP worksheet as well. Copy all the information, paste them as value. We can always do the checking before we hit the send button below. So for example, the checking I will be doing constantly is, so this is for company A, the subject, the content, and this C1234 is for company A. So we can do the double checking with VLOOKUP here. So you can see the C1234 is actually stand for company A. So once you have done the checking, you can hit the send button. You can see the process is running in the background, and it will take a while for them to load your 5 email messages. It will have a pop-up. It says mail sent, and let us check our Outlook over here. So this is a company A, B, C, and so on. So basically, this is how we use this send bulk email Excel template. I will have another cool trick for you to change the code so that we can send out the email automatically without us going into this email draft and hit send. Let me show you how to do so. So this is the bonus trick on how to change your VBA code to send out your email straight away. If you don't see any developer in this section, you need to enable it by doing so. Go to File, select Options, select Customize ribbon, go to the right section, scroll down, click on Developer. You tick it over here and then click OK. By now, you should have seen this developer in the section. Select Developer, go to Visual Basic. It will prompt you to the new window, Microsoft Visual Basic for Applications. This is the place where we write our code. Let's scroll it down until you reach the last 5th sentence here, message.display. Message.display implies that you will have the prompt out of your email draft so that you can do the checking before you hitting the send button. So we are going to do some changes on this message.display. Instead of displaying the message, we want to send it out straight away. So let us replace the display word with send, which implies that we will send out the email straight away. Click on Save, close this window. So we will have a trial run to see if this is the case or not. So I will only have one row of data and click on this button, Send Email. The message pop out, say the mail is sent. Let us get back to our email here and you can see that I have successfully sent out the email without clicking on the hit send button in our email draft. So basically, this is how we can utilize this sending bulk email template.